What's going on, everyone? Trellpat here, and welcome to Sussex. Well, I arrived here last night at my buddy Tim's place. He and I had a couple adult beverages while we were catching up. That's why I'm up kind of early. After I drink like that, I usually can't sleep very well, so I got up kind of early. Apparently Tim doesn't have the stamina he once had because he's still sleeping. So I figured I'd take an opportunity to kind of walk around his property here and introduce myself and talk about what brought me here in the first place. As I said in the intro, my name's Trellpat. A little over 20 years ago, I joined the United States Navy.
Do it! Get off my thing!
Go! Welcome to the United States Navy.
And while stationed on board my first ship, the USS Winston S. Churchill, we used to visit the UK, England, Scotland, places like that fairly often, as you can imagine with a name like Winston Churchill. It was actually the first United States Navy ship to be named after a foreign person as well.
The ferocious detonation blasts the ship, distributing most of its total force in the initial explosion.
4, 3, 2, 1, shoot!
So while we were in England one time, we pulled into Portsmouth, and some friends and I discovered this little hole-in-the-wall pub called the Hungry Bowman Tavern. Now, the Hungry Bowman was ran by an American expat by the name of Tim. After our second or third visit to Portsmouth, Tim and I had become pretty good friends. We kept in touch through the years and always planned on me visiting once I retired from the Navy.
While some of us were in school learning our trade, this sailor stood the watch. Yes, even before some of us were born into this world, this sailor stood the watch. In those years, when the storm clouds of war were seen brewing in the horizon of history, this sailor stood the watch. Many times, he would cast an eye ashore and see his family standing there, needing his guidance and help, needing that hand to hold during those hard times. But he still stood the watch. He stood the watch for 25 years. He stood the watch so that we, our families, and our fellow countrymen could sleep soundly in safety each and every night, knowing that a sailor stood a watch. Today, we are here to say, shipmate, the watch stands relieved. Relieved by those you have trained, relieved by those you have guided, and relieved by those you have led.
The kids out of the house, and my wife passing away a few years ago from cancer, I decided to sell everything I own, which included the house, my car, and pretty much everything. I decided to travel, and I went back and visited a bunch of places that I had gone while I was in the Navy. Places like Nova Scotia, Halifax specifically, up in Canada, Nassau, Bahamas, went to Spain, been to Italy a couple times, Israel, nice little island off the coast of Africa called Seychelles, and another island that's a little bit further south of that called Mauritius. and other places, you know, in the UK like Scotland. And finally, my last stop is here at Tim's place. So quite a few years ago, Tim closed up the Hungry Bowman, and he moved out here to Sussex. Um, he started a little farm, as you can kind of see as I walk around. Nothing too major, right? He had a couple tractors and whatnot, but now that his kids have grown up and moved out and moved on, and his health isn't the greatest, he hasn't been able to operate the farm kind of as he would like. As you can still see, he's still got quite a bit of good equipment, but he doesn't do really a whole lot anymore. What he does do is he ends up helping farmer up the road a little bit, so maybe we'll get up there and meet him someday. I don't know how long I plan on staying here right now, but hopefully it'll be for a little while. We'll try and catch a soccer game, and maybe I can help around here, maybe run some tractors or something that I haven't done in a long time. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm more than willing to help him however I can and whatever he needs. So as I go through my time here in Sussex, I hope you all enjoy sharing this time with me. I hope it'll be interesting and should be a good time. So again, I hope you enjoy.